It's Friday, and you know how we do it, so we gotta wait it up. But hey, man, little tribal seeds for you. That's right. I would say that's me. Yeah, look at this guy. How many of you know about this guy right there? Let's pay a little homage to that Mil Mascaras guy. How many know who Mil Mascaras is? The man of 1,000 faces. Mil Mascaras. So I probably did something wrong, so my people or my viewers aren't quite showing right now. That's all right. Back-to-back weeks. How exciting, huh? So when I start, just because this first thing I would do, a lot of times umpires, we give them the business, we tell them all kinds of stuff, and we don't like how well they do things or whatever. So what do? Like I said, we give them the business. So I want to highlight an umpire, okay? And for me, I mean, when you're paying as much money, and sure, it shouldn't be an excuse from a tournament director saying how, oh, it's hard to get a certain umpire or a good umpire for whatever reasons. I mean, for me, that don't fly with me. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do to find the right umpire. Start recruiting those umpires because they're out there. I love umpire, enjoy the game, and there's a lot of people out there that enjoy the game that I'm sure they probably would umpire. But it's more along the lines of, pay. And, I feel that all umpires. Whoa, hold on a second here. Oh, hold on a second. Sounds right. So I feel umpires, there should be different scales. If you're a top-notch umpire, get $30. If you're an average umpire, then maybe go 25 until you actually go to that other level where people are actually requesting you or wanting you to umpire. Because I think, doing an umpiring gig isn't a bad gig to do on a weekend if you need to make extra money. Heck, I know when I lost my job because of all the budget cuts back in the day, I was umpiring on the weekends, and it was a nice little side income just to, do things to kind of keep the family afloat and the expenses and stuff. But I mean, I think good umpires, you should reward them by paying a little bit more than other umpires that are just kind of there or don't care. Because some umpires, they just let you play and they don't care, and it doesn't affect them, and they don't even know how much money you spent or what the prize package, so they don't really care. So you should pay them more. But another thing along the lines with that kind of stuff with umpires is, if you're in the right angles, knowing the right angles, and being confident in your call, you're good. But we should recognize good umps, friendly umps, guys I like working with. And I've always liked Todd. I think his name's Johnstone or Johnston. But I do want to highlight him here right now. And so check this out. And obviously, you have things in the game, I always say. And I always feel in the game you need to, how do you say it? Well, let's just hear it out. Hear this out. Let me see if you could tell whether this guy's out or not. Watch the play. Ground ball, not a bad play. Bases were drunk. What do you guys think? Do you think he was out or safe? Brian Williford, you might have been. Watch this play again, okay? And you tell me if you think he's safe or out. What do you guys think? Safe or out? Is he safe or is he out? There's my man right there, Rocket Ramirez. Is he out or safe? And then listen to all the harping afterwards. Is he out or safe? Now listen sharp. Hear that?
They gotta be down. My feet was close.
So we're getting all this argument. Out or safe? What do you guys think? Was he out or was he safe? Well, let's see. Was he out or safe? And they're complaining a little bit. Check this out. I can actually get a little closer than that. So look at that play. So you figure the angle would be right there, right? So it's a straight line, okay? Now look where the ball's at. There, look how close the ball is to his glove, okay? And the ball is faster. Look at that. I'm going to see if I can get it closer. Gotta hit the ball in the air, man. I gotta get it closer. You know me. One more time. Was he out or was he safe? Oh, God bless America. Let's check it out. Was he out or safe? Can anyone tell yet? Fuck. One more time. All right, even better. Check it out. The ball's in the glove, and look at that. His foot's not even down. What a call. Ball, look at that. What a call, Todd. Now listen to the back burners.
They gotta be down. My feet was close.
So what did that guy say? He goes, he's got, the umpire's saying that his foot's got to be down, but it be down. And obviously it was down. That's a great call, man. And there are some great ones. And like I said, I feel the angle that Todd was in right there, he was in a position to make the right call, which he did. And I've told umpires, man, you should watch the streams and identify and see, are you in the actual good spot to, to get where you need to get, be where you need to be, or do what you have to do. So that was just kind of interesting in my part. So good job, Todd, out there. Secondly, if you're interested in some of these, my buddy, he is making these, and they're actually not too bad. There's something nice you can just put on your back bag or whatever. Number, easier to identify, especially you all have the same bat bags. I think it's a great thing. Next thing, I love talking about movies. So here's a couple movies I'm going to go with. I'm not sure how many of you have ever seen Night Patrol, but if you haven't seen Night Patrol, then you got to watch it. It's a lot of slapstick. This is way better than Police Academy. And at the time that this movie came out, which was the very early 1980s, like 81 or 82, hilarious, man. If you like airplanes, if you like the police squads / Naked Guns, you're going to dig this. But this one's more raunchy, more raw, and it actually talks with the unknown comment. Animal House. Some of you out there, you young softballers, if you don't know this movie, you better go watch it. Great movie. I can't say enough. If you like the Dazed Confused or those kind of movies, you're going to love this movie, Animal House. It takes place in the 70s, and it's John Belushi's probably most historical. Another movie, it amazes me that the youngsters don't know, is Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore. Phenomenal movie. Hilarious. Adam Sandler at his best. the slapstick, the jokes, the innuendos, and everything. Great movie. You got to go out and buy this one. Another movie I think is excellent to watch is Go. This is kind of a movie like a Pulp Fiction, where it's got, you know, a lot of plots with subplots and different things that are going on, and the butterfly effect, how one thing reacts and changes another thing, and so on and so forth. So these are all the kind of good things in nature. JBI, they're watching, huh? JBI, well, that's good. I'm glad. You know, and maybe because he's watching, I specifically on this one for you, Jay. All right. And notice I don't do that, but I do wear them. I think you should be proud. You know, congratulations on finally getting that managerial world victory, and I think it's a good thing, and there's nothing wrong with wearing it. Be proud for what you did. Not too many people want to take the realms to build a team, let alone run a team, because that's very exhausting to do, let alone even try to play when you need to play. So, hey, congrats. Don't be embarrassed. Don't think it's a bad thing if you choose to wear your ring. I think these rings that are personalized rings, and this is when I was with TD and construction, when the NSA worlds, but I think they're great for when you're traveling on the airplane, you're at certain tournaments, you're at the bar or whatever. I mean, that's what it is. You know, I don't see there's anything wrong with it. I don't think it's crazy or cocky or anything. You know, so many times in this world, we're so negative, and we should be positive to each other and acknowledge people's accomplishments. Heck, that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants attention. Everybody wants positive reinforcers, you know. Everybody wants to be acknowledged for a job well done, you know. And how hard is it? Because you being able to say, good job, I think you did great, what a hit, giving compliments and just random acts of kindness makes everybody feel better. And I think it rubs off and people just are in better mood. What's up, Chris? How you doing? But, yeah. So as I shared, that's just my opinion at all, you know. I try to live a type of life that's just happy and groovy and, you can figure it out. So next, I do want to go to, and I think something like this can be more informative for, I think it's more informative towards, hold on a second. It's more informative for people and as well as bat companies. Okay.
In for the first.
I have kind of a responsibility in regards to my duties with the California Bat Company, you know, besides kind of player personnel in regards to the bats and who we decide to maybe put their name on a bat or maybe get them to represent. And some stuff that we're looking to do is actually have some players who want to exclusively swing California bats, but we're kind of doing some ideas and things to get the bats out there because I think they're going to sell themselves. I think when people start giving them an opportunity to swing them and get the feel, I think you're really going to like them. But most importantly, I think you're going to like the durability because that's what we strive for. But this information that I do want to give you is because part of what we do besides hitting and stuff, we test bats. We try to figure out things on bats, okay? And obviously, as any bat company, and I did this with Carlos early in the year, because there was a time that people were complaining about the Onyxes. They were cracking, they weren't lasting, and so on and so forth. And it's quite interesting because I have one here that I'll even actually show. So, you know, we get emails, we get messages with people saying to us how, you know, their bats cracked under 75 swings, 100 swings, and we've had a handful. And, you know, can bats not come out the way they need to come out? Yeah, you're probably, you know what I mean? Probably. What's up? Bat, this is a good one. So bats, sometimes they may not come out the way you want. So, you know, they're defected, whatever you want to call them. But knowing the bat, knowing the product, swinging them and overly swinging them, we get familiar. So when it comes to people trying to send bats or tell us about bats, and they say it didn't last. Okay, first off, I designed the bat, and I know the bat very well. And if it isn't working, one time I had somebody to send it back to me, but they never send it back or ask for the address to send it back so we can inspect it. Because by all means, if the bat came to you, you know, not, you know, messed up, defective, or whatever, we'll replace it, no problem. But we want to see what's going on. So something I do want to share, and this is something we figured out. I don't have anything here because we did it with one bat. But I'm going to show you how familiar I am with these bats, okay? So first off right here, I have 3 little Mexicans that are cracked. And I didn't crack all of these little Mexicans because I have friends who swing the bat. And I asked them when they crack them if they could do me a favor and give them to me cracked. For one of the main reasons that I give them to my family. You know what I mean? But looking at the bat, something I want to show you on every crack on a California bat. So here's one. Okay, it's a shark tooth. Can you see it right there? Okay, that's one. Okay, here's one. Here's another one. And then I'm going to have a third one. 3 bats, okay? So watch what I'm showing you here. And here's another one that's cracking. And if you can barely see it slicing, but it's also shark tooth. See it? See it right there? Okay, see how it's cracking right along there? Okay, and this one still has a couple swings on it, but you can see it right there. So here's bat number 3. Shark tooth. Okay, shark tooth. That's what I mean, shark tooth. Looks like freaking the megalodon. Look at that. Shark. See how our cracks are? So getting familiar with the cracks. What's up, compa? And then going with another one of our bats. And here's one that my compa Ruben gave me here. Okay. Same thing. He gave me this one, cracking. Snake toothing. Obviously, he got his life. You know, he's talking about 1,000 swings. I think the least amount of swings I've ever gone on any one of my bats is probably between 600 and 700, okay? So you're seeing the shark tooth, right? Here's another one. How many have you seen so far? Shark toothing, right? Look at it. It's kind of going with the grains. Shark toothing. So that's 5. You guys know what I'm getting at? There's 5. But we're familiar with all of our bats. So check this one out. Here's a Sammy B that we cracked. Shark tooth. Can you see it? Shark tooth. Okay. Sammy B bat. Hey. And then I have a cracked California, the Icebreaker, which isn't really super duper cracked, but the cracking is right here and it's going across. It's a shark. It's beginning to shark tooth. I'll see if I can get you close. See it right there? It's not going like vertically up and down. It's shark toothing. Hey, check this out. You know, when we're doing demo testing and stuff, even our demo bats, shark toothing. Shark toothing. Here's another one. Okay. So look at that. That's 1, 2. This is my sample. There's 2 bats. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 bats right there of our bats that's shark tooth. Heck, when Los gave me an Onyx to test and stuff, look how this one cracked on me. Shark tooth. There it is. See the shark tooth? I can see a lot better. And here I can shark tooth at 2 spots. So as you're listening to some tunes, then I'm going to show you something here. Because we want to know everything about our bats. Okay? And we test bats. And the biggest thing with bat companies when they're trying to replace bats, or people are telling us the bats aren't lasting, is we know people roll bats. And here's a bat roller. Alright? They roll bats. If you choose to roll a bat voids it. And from I don't roll bats. Obviously, it shows you all my bats shark tooth. To my understanding, bats that have been rolled or excessively rolled, they're not going to shark tooth. Maybe they do if they don't roll them as much. But for the most part, my experience is getting bat backs, and I wish I had the one when we rolled a bat and we cracked it. If you look inside at the grooves and the seams, the way they, we cut it right where it cracked. And you can actually see the fibers that were crunched to make the bat get hotter. And that's why when you get a rolled bat, you're going to get a straight line across the barrel. Because, obviously when you roll a bat, what does it do? It pinches it this way. And that's why you're getting the crack. To me, from my experiences, a natural bat, I know I don't roll my senior bats. I know they're not shaved. So when they bust, they shark tooth. So when we get people, reaching out to us and etc. about their bats and stuff, and we see I'm not saying a bat that I've owned hasn't had fracture marks, but you can tell the bat has been used a long time. When you're seeing a brand new bat and it's got fractures, it kind of makes you wonder, like, I don't know. I mean, when someone reaches out, and you can see this bat right here that my compa broke, and look at, there's no real stress. Look at it. There's no stress fractures. Look, there's a shark tooth. So he's not a bat shave roller, because he shows right there. Look at that. No stress factors. Heck, here's another one this is the one I cracked. And this is, obviously, look. And there's no stress fractures. And this one's about 700 swings, maybe more. And this was a bat that I let anybody and everybody swing with any ball. So, bad companies, if you're out there, things to pay attention. And, that is something that we do. But, if you have any bats that you feel are defected and you want to discuss it and send pictures, feel free to do so. And, myself, being very aware of, how our bats will end up looking when they get cracked on a natural sense. That's what we look for, But by all means, we will replace the bats. So there's some information for you. Okay? So moving forward on some more topics. Hold on. Discuss that one. All right, we did that one. Next thing I want to do. A lot of times people, what their perceptions are, what they feel, what they think, and you have every right to think a certain thing or feel a certain way. But being mindful and understanding that sometimes what we see isn't what's going on. Heck, I really feel like sharing. I'm going to share a quick little joke with you. Not a joke, okay? When I was in high school, we used to have the barn dance, and we were in math class. And a buddy of ours who sat in the front, name was Troy Meager, but we soon found his name was Troy Maher. Troy Meager, sitting in the front of the row in this class. And he had barn dance tickets, right? So you had my good buddy Gabriel, we called him Ukla, you had me, and then I can't remember his name behind us off the top of my head, but we had a guy behind us. So Troy was sitting in front. He starts looking down the aisle and saying, "Hey, I have tickets to the barn dance. You want to buy them? Anybody want to buy them? I'm your guy." And they're all Leroy. And I look, and Troy was like this. "Hey, Leroy." He's like, he looks like this because he's trying to be quiet in class. "I got barn tickets. He's basically saying, if you need them, me and you." So we had that going on, right? And then he told me the guy behind me, "Hey, let the guy know behind you." So I go, "Hey, Troy wants you." And he goes, "What does Troy want you to?" I go, "I think he wants to ask you out to the barn dance." He goes, "Shut up." I go, "I swear." So as my buddy looks over kind of my shoulder, look, Troy's like this. He's showing his tickets, and he goes, basically, Troy's trying to tell him, "I got tickets. If you need them, come see me." Where when I set it up, telling him that Troy wants to take him to the barn dance, and he's going. So kind of going with that, it's kind of what I'm saying, okay? So for me, I like to help people. I like to share things with people. And heck, whether it's on the softball field or life or doing anything, learn from people's experiences, from their experiences and what they're doing. And, sometimes people look at it the wrong way because, some people have said to me, "Are you trying to mock somebody?" And I go, "No, because out there I gave the 150 swings a week." That's right, JBI. 150 swings a week challenge to our fellow community out there in Facebook land. And I was sharing, like, not everybody's going to go out there or is able to do 100 push-ups or 100 sit-ups a day or curls or mile or whatever. So for me, I said, heck, I would like to see more people get out there for fitness, maybe improve the game of softball. So I said, let's do 150 swing bat challenge. And that's not hard. And I said, you could do it with hitting off a tee, soft toss, live BP. I mean, heck, you can get it done in 2 BP sessions. But the point is getting people out there to get some exercise. But most importantly is a goal. Because sometimes, so many times in this world, people, we are very much, I don't know if it's competitive in ourselves, but we feel like if we're not able to do what someone else can do, then we're not worthy, or It can lower our esteem, or envy can be a bad thing, or hatred, or whatever when you see someone being good, right? So if you're trying to get in shape or do well, it's a process. It's a slow thing. It doesn't happen overnight. So the goal that I impose is a very doable goal, because you're not putting no stress on your bones, your muscles. You're doing an activity that's quite much common to do, correct? So it's doable. And doing a doable goal means you experience success. And experiencing success is great for the esteem. And it builds us up. So that's the reason for my 150. But people say, are you trying to say this or that or make fun? I go, hell no. It's just about goals. A lot of times people in this great world, they set themselves up for failure. You know, and I said it earlier, and I'll say it right now. I probably could, breaking it down, do 100 sit-ups a day challenge. If I broke them up into sets of 20, I'm sure I could do it, because when I do about 60 push-ups a day, I'll do 20 in a different set of 20 and 20. But for the most part, I can be tough. And if it can be anxiety for someone to keep up with that goal. And just to add with that, because, goals, even with softball, we got to be realistic, If I hit the ball 310 feet, I'm not going to be able to hit the ball 380 feet, Like me, I can't hit the ball consistently 400 feet. Will I pop a 400-footer once in a blue moon? Yeah, but that's not where my power is. So that's not a realistic goal for me, But just to kind of share with you about goals, here's some stuff. So right here, it says goals are desired results that you or your team are committed to achieving within a specific time frame. It involves setting long-term and short-term objectives that help you stay focused on your goals, track your progress, and attain your desired result. I might have to lower the music here. So talking about a team committing to achieving a specific time frame. So you're trying to do a world. I mean, I used to tell people, it don't make sense to me to call your season a failure. Because I heard people say, it's all about worlds. If you don't win worlds, then your season's a failure. And I don't think that, I think trying to achieve a goal, winning a world, the short-term objective is, trying to average so many runs a game. If you're a pitcher, less walks, throwing strikes, less errors. Everybody's got a goal, a goal. But when it's a goal, you got to figure out what you need to do to attain that goal, okay? Progress, okay? Seasons. And the 5 steps, and another one I do want to just kind of go about, it says 5 steps to success is achieving goals. Set goals with the smartest positive impact. And what that means to me, it's a doable goal, it's a reachable goal, it's an attainable goal. Make smart goals for best results. Yeah, like I can't fly, so making that is not as smart, and I'm not going to get those results. Writing goals down. Yeah, I always believe that when you have goals and stuff, you need to see them, subconscious mind. I mean, sometimes we act, subconsciously, or our own conscious, our little voice in our head can push us. And when we're seeing the messages, that's why a lot of times teachers, like in my classroom, I have a lot of positive one words or sayings, a good saying I tell my students is, I can't do it now, I can't do it yet. Or when you practice, it gets easier. But when you're seeing all these things around, it makes you accept it, understand it, but it stays in your mind, because how much often do you say out of sight, out of mind? So when that goal is on the refrigerator, in your bedroom, in your shower, whatever it is, I want to lose 10 pounds in a month, whatever, you got to see it, because out of sight, out of mind, you forget it. You need those little mental reminders, okay? Think of potential obstacles. Yeah, so, if you're going to want to reach a certain goal, you got to know what might be tough. Like if you're lifting weights and you don't have weights, it might be tough. Focus on your goals every day, passion, hard work. And there's another one here that I actually really like that I wanted to share. So that's 5 goals for success. And you can always look this up. And you can always just, goals, Google. So as I said, when it comes to that, if you follow me, follow my page, if there's one thing I don't do, and sometimes people say, I'm just joking, I'm messing around, right, Scott? They say all these trash things, but do they really? Or are they really honest? Like they're kind of like, I don't know. Like reading like different people's, probably people do other podcasts and stuff. How often do you hear so much crap, so much negativity, so much envy, so much whatever it is. You know what I mean? And I think about it, it's like, man, certain things expose people. And it amazes me how people look the other way or they just ignore it. So that makes you kind of a phony, I think, you know? And then that goes back to going back to something I want to say is that in softball, you know, we have a heart and we got a brain. And I tell you, in softball, if you want to last in this game and not be burned by people, let alone be burned by a lot of people that you know or care about or don't want to get burned, don't give them that opportunity. And that's why I say you can't, it's not about using your heart. Sometimes I've made those decisions where it's hurt me using my heart. Use your brain, use your memory, recall information. Who is that guy? How is that guy? And etc. And go from that. And it's not personal. You know, sometimes I told people, it's not that I don't lend you money. I don't lend anybody money, you know. It's not because of who you are. I just don't do it, period. I like you and I never want to be in that position, you know. What's up, Nick? Hope everything's good. I'll reach out to you after the cast. But we got to use our mind than our brain. So many times within the last 10 years, even, there's a couple times we're using our heart more than our brains. And it's hurt us. And being the emotional player I am and stuff, making decisions for a whole team, you know, I get a little goofy. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're a sponsored team and stuff, you know, you try your best to do what's right for the team. I mean, if something happens with me, it's right for the team. I'm not going to complain. You know, if I'm struggling, I'm not going to complain. I want to win, and I don't want to hold back the team. Regardless that I'd get upset about it, but I think, you know, when you're running a team, using your brain is knowing the consistency, what a person's done. You know, it's like you got to earn the confidence in your coaches and managers, you know, and you got to let players do that. But I think when a guy has that lineage of a background of doing all that stuff, you got to use your brain than your heart. That's why it's important to do a good book, because you make decisions based on the brain and not your heart. And I like to think that's primarily what I've always been and what I've always done. And going back to that, I always talk defense, etc. And I do want to share something here, okay? Which is somebody doing some good defensive stuff.
So maybe they're trying to pick on
and
her, but they're going to learn
I'm going to have to go up here.
All 3 catches.
So what I'm going to show you here, and she's a new friend. I don't know if you know Megan Batzel, which I think she's going to be the next new big-time ambassador if she's not already in women's softball or the women's conference. She plays for the Derby Girls Smash It Sports. I talked to her for a little bit today, and I was sharing that I would like her to be on my podcast because I like to highlight the women and etc. And she says, sure. She thought tonight, but I said, no, not tonight. But if you want to kind of get what I do, come on tonight. So this is Megan Batzel. But if you haven't seen her, most of the time I watch her play, she bats lead off for Smash It Sports. She's batted second. She's kind of batted around. She's been on the USA team. She's a lefty, crushes the ball. Something that I really like on her swing is how she cuts it. The barrel never goes above the shoulder. But she's primarily a dead pull hitter. Maybe right center over because she is a lefty. But she absolutely mashes, absolutely crushes. And to me, I've always said to get people out is put them in a position that they're going to challenge your defense or try to play against your defense. And I'm not saying what I'm going to show you right now is what's happening here, but I think in my years of playing softball, I've seen people go out of their swings to try to say, oh, you're going to give me that line or you're going to do this. I'm going to try to take it, and we get them out. And I'm like, cool. See, to me, when you're playing softball, you play the game situationally, but you don't play the other guy's game. You stay within your game. You stay with your approach. And me as a defensive player, and I think you're my best defensive team, TD Construction was one of the most dominating defensive team that just flashed the leather. Bunch of fellow glovesmen. We also had a team on Classic Glass with Joey Formosa, Timmy Ewells, Johnny Molina. I was second base, and then we had a Big Cat playing first, half the time, or Anthony Pettinano, but we had a great defense, and there was always talking and setting things up and doing awkward defenses, and I think that's why we had such a great year that year. But what I'm going to show you, Gunner, make sure you watch this. This is an outfield on a dead pull hitter who likes the power. It's a power situation. And just watch what the defense does is what I want to first start sharing. You got yourself a dead pull hitter in Megan Batzel here.
Maybe they're trying
Absolutely
to pick on her,
kills the ball.
They're going to learn today because she makes all 3 catches.
Yeah.
And they go scoreless here at the top of the first.
So they're coming in. So what I want you to see is look where third base is. And look how far over the third baseman is. Look where the 5-man is. But most importantly, what I like, look where the left fielder is. And a lot of times I do that. And Gunner, when you're with me and compa, but look where the left center fielder is. I mean, left fielder. That's kind of like I've done it. Look at all that they gave her for the lefty. Whether she was trying to do it or not, I have no idea. But watch this play right now.
In the box, lead off.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Center.
Look where she caught that. You see where she caught that? Now watch the tape. Look at her. She kind of looks around showing people. Look where I'm standing. Like, look. Check it out. You see where I'm at? And then she's frustrated there. Okay?
They're trying to pick on her, but they're going to learn today because she makes all 3 catches.
And there's times, like, I've been in a game, and maybe some of you play with me and stuff. I'll go, look how far over I am. And the guy didn't even try it. Like, if he's a lefty, he's still pulling the ball. And I'm almost in center field. Or let alone, like, I've even seen right-handed hitters that are so far up the plate. I'm literally standing and way off in left center, and they're still not trying it, you know? I mean, if you're doing the book, and you don't know this crap unless you're doing the book for the opposing team. But if you can't get a person out ever, or rarely get a person out, don't just sit there, he's just a great hitter. Maybe as a coach, you could start putting those little lines to figure out a tendency to mess with defenses, man. If you're playing senior softball, what's wrong doing it in the pole play games? Give yourself a chance. Because you're never going to know. And you're going to find it hard to get certain hitters out or beat certain teams if you're playing conventional. You know, for me, I do the thinking man's part of softball. I like to know the book. I don't think it's negative, you know. And as long as I've had the opportunity to play, you know, I'm going to say C above, B above, you know, as many conference events, major NITs, A, B NITs, et cetera, that I've been part of, you see those hitters that you just say, God dang it, we cannot get those guys out. So I was always telling guys, we're not getting them out doing this. Let's move some stuff. Make that hitter feel uncomfortable. Let's see how good his skills are. And Megan is a master because I'm going to show you her next swing after she got pissed off making out. But check this out again.
He goes scoreless here in the top.
Check it out.
Botzel in the box, lead off.
Look where the ball's at. Look where the left fielder is. You can see it right there clearly. Clearly see where she's at.
And brought in for the
and I love it right here. Watch. See that?
Aaron Romero.
She's like putting her hands like, what's up with that, eh? See that? I want to put that. She thought it was down.
In for the first out.
Yeah. Look at her arms. Like, what's up? What's up? But you can see where she's at, literally right there. She's almost in center field. Okay. And then I just want to show you, because Megan's a masher, and I just want to show you what she did her next at bat.
Masher Sports Derby girl.
She kills it. She's an absolute masher. Wait till you see the swing here.
But I use it for goal.
I just want you to see her bomb.
Oh, good guess. And she does just that. In the gap. One hops the fence. Park running all the way around. Oh, almost got her. Does not apply the tag in time. And 2 more runs come across.
Oh, here she is. Check her out now.
You do not want to go out in the top.
Ooh, let's go, Meg. Watch Megan just destroy this pitch right here.
And out for 1.
There's a double. 2. Watch Megan just kill the ball right here. So this is Megan right here. Megan bounce. Look at this ball.
Want to go out on top of the 4th.
Look at that.
Put up a goose egg.
And her ball didn't even go above. Her bat didn't go above her shoulder.
And that was.
Look at that. The bat does not even go above her shoulder after contact.
You do not want to go out.
Look at that. Look where her barrel is. You can't even see it.
The top of the 4th. And
one more time.
Get out for 1.
Look where her barrel of her bat is. She cut the lower half of the ball and just hit a tank.
You do not want to go out in the top of the 4th.
Well, whatever.
Because things like this.
But like I said, that was some really good defense that they did. It prevailed. It worked. And as I shared, you know, some people don't understand it. Some people don't like it, especially when they play with me. You know, sometimes I've been yelling in the outfield, which to me, I feel the coach should do that, you know. If people are spending this much money for you to be part of a softball team, then I think, if anything, you know, you should be able to, how would you say that? you should be able to be receptive and do it and play together. Okay. And there's even one more I want to show you here. And what I mean, and all right, hold on a second here. Okay, here it is. So check it out. So for me, I always, when I've had my share of playing against these major teams and stuff, and they're great hitters, and yeah, they can do it. But for me, like I said, I'm always looking for a way to get these little suckers out. And I think that's part of the little name I used to make, playing against the Dan Smiths, the Yellow Rismondos, the GTL.
They just need the crunch of Nature Valley
Sunnyvale people. If there's one thing they used to say, I think, about me is that you didn't know where I was at. Or sometimes I would hear people say, don't hit the ball around there because he's going to cheat or whatever. And to me, if I can keep you to stay away from a certain area of the plate, then I'm doing my job. Plus, it's even better for me because I don't have to worry about it. But with great hitters and stuff, things that I like to do is try to challenge them to get a hit because you're not getting them out anyways. So here's I want to show you what I see here set up prior to the swing. Hold on a second. Okay, so here we got Josh Riley, one of the best hitters in conference, hands down, without a doubt. Why the heck do you have that? Hands down. Okay. And then look at this, you got my man Buckshot pitching there for competitor. Look at this whole middle. And there's that. I like how the first baseman's off. But look at this. To me, I would be, he's a great hitter, but to me, I would be almost right here because that is like baiting. But if you see Kyle Pearson, the defensive, not the mashing power hitter, Kyle Pearson, I think he's almost setting him up because you see him here and then he crashes the middle, which is the thing I think you should do. And this is Josh Riley, one of the top hitters, highest paid players in softball. So check it out. Look where he's going. And I just watched this, and I knew where he was going to go. Even a force. But check it out. And Kyle Pearson leaves before the pitch. See that? And I know he's doing that because there's been times I felt that way that I should, like I'll creep when I'm all, damn it, I should have sprinted. And you almost see him go, dang it. So check it out. And I do a lot of this. Okay? So check him out. And you can see him, look at that, before contact. Look. There he is. You can't even see it. There's no contact, but you can see Kyle Pearson already. He started cheating in towards the middle. And then after this play is done, watch him. He kind of makes a fist saying, damn it, I should have charged hard. And the second baseman ain't moving. Look at him. See him? That's just good softball, man. And to beat those great teams and stuff that you're never beating, you got to do things that I call good softball. And if they're smashing you 9 out of 10 times, then you got to change your approach and change your way of playing. And if you're not doing it, then, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. That's my take on it, man. You just gotta figure that one out. You know what I mean? When you're trying to get people out. So another thing, if you're able, I'd love for you, if you can, is to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I'm not doing this to pay my bills. Hey, I got a couple more subscribers. So I have 214. So this is the page right there. And there's Chris Lasaka. That's over 1,000 views. There's a lot of band stuff here. Here's one I did on T-Work for the beginner, over 1,000 views. Thank you. Defensive stuff. You're going to get a lot out of that one, but not too people want to hear that one. That's 544. This one we got 3.3 over 3,000. The T-Work approach for the new guy. And I actually proved some things. And this is a great little interview chat right here. I think if you have time to listen to me talking to Mikey Rodriguez, which was one of the top guys in his day. The average guy. There's different ones right there. Home Run Derby. My son's band, Mikey Roth, the Enforcer review. Here's a cool one I think it would be kind of neat to watch. Check this out. Look at the year on this guy. This is when Palm Springs just opened. I want to say this is a BNIT. But look at the date. Oh. Funny, huh? A lot of fun stuff on there if you get a chance. Hey, Cashed Out, great band. Okay. So, yeah, those are some things. I do want to check my time. I do want to say again that WSL Worlds will be in Reno, November 1st through the 4th. It should be a great tournament. Another option to win a ring, which is a ring they give you. Maybe next tournament or next time I go live, I will show you a couple of the WSL rings that I was fortunate to win. Last thing before I go into on a serious note, I got about 5 minutes. Straight talk, real talk. You know, now that you're becoming 40 years old or 50 and stuff, it's time to start paying attention to your health. You know, when we're in our 20s and stuff, you know, we could have our share of drinks or doing whatever, lack of sleep, and our body rebound a lot better. And if you're not aware, first off, getting a good night's rest is essential for your body to heal itself, to replenish what it's lost. Like if you've ever been in the hospital and they say you need to get rest and you need to sleep, because when you're sleeping and your heart rate's down, that's when your body heals itself the best. So if you're getting 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep, what is it doing? You know, I see often a lot of times I tell people, you know, you're going to get gray hairs, a lot more gray hairs if you're not getting a sufficient amount of sleep. If you're partying a little too much and then going to play the next day and stuff, it's going to catch up with you, and it's going to catch up on your organs. And you start feeling those effects when you're over 40 or over 50. Heck, I've seen it, you know, within my days of playing softball up to being over 50. I've seen so many of my close buddies, you know, unfortunately crossing over to the spiritual side to find their makers. And, you know, there's been a lot of drug abuse, you know, pop and pill abuse, alcohol abuse, lack of exercise, obesity, diabetes, and etc., man. And, you know, I can't stress enough and why I say about the 150 swings a week challenge. Some of you may right now be going to the doctor and you are overweight and they're telling you you're going to have diabetes or you need to start losing weight or etc. Because our bodies are only made to handle so much weight. And if we're not taking care of our bodies and stuff, down the road, it's going to catch up to you, man. And I know sometimes when we're younger, we feel we're invincible, or we say, I don't care if I'm going to go, I'm going to go. But, you know, I think when that time comes, I don't think most people are just embracing death or embracing crossing over, you know. Some stories I've heard of people on their deathbeds, and I've seen too, you know, they were not saying I'm happy or I'm ready to go. They, you know, one was like, I'm in pain. But, you know, I would really like to see, you know, to start drinking a lot more water, less Cokes, less soda, less sugar. And I don't even go on a crazy like diet of what I eat, you know. Basically what I snack during the day will be almonds or walnuts. In the morning I'll have something light. I think my poison in the morning at times is a Red Bull. I tend to drink a lot of pomegranate juice and blueberry juice. I'll have 1 Coke a day with my meal, and that's it. I'll have a meal. I kind of count calories every day. I'm doing some certain exercises and lifting some free weights. Plus, I'm doing my 150 swings a week. But all that stuff, you know, when you're doing those good things, you know, you're getting your blood flow through your body like oil in a car. It needs to flow. It can't sit. White blood cells going everywhere. Your brain needs oxygen. And as you're exercising or breathing, oxygen's within the blood. And as your body is, you know, pumping the heart and the blood's going through your brain, supplying oxygen. You know, exercise is a way to help dementia or Alzheimer's disease besides what do you call CBD. But a couple of things I just want to show you, okay, is being physically active can improve your brain health, help manage weight, reduce the risk of disease, strengthen bones and muscles, and improve your ability to do everyday activities. And if softball is one, that's great. Another thing with regular exercise, and it's not meaning going to the gym, controls your weight, combats health conditions and diseases. You know, I like to say, you know, it helps free us from diseases and sickness. When I did PE, improves your mood. I mean, how many grouchy people or haters out there in Facebook are kind of overweight, you know, or not really health conscious? Boosts his energy. Well, man, I like to feel at my age, I have more energy than most people. And taking CBD and pomegranate juice and almonds, holy mackerel, I am like a 25-year-old. Better sleep, put the spark back into your, whoa, time out. Well, for you guys, if there's a reason to do exercise, I guess that's it right there, right? It can be fun and social. And then benefits, longevity. If one thing matters more than anything, it's staying alive, disease prevention, brain health, sense of well-being, joint health, improves self-confidence. Obviously, if you're feeling good, you're going to walk in the room and own it. Higher bone density, more energy, but, bone, I mean, it's like I tell people, besides milk, preventing osteoporosis is exercising. I used to call it grandma's disease because, she's walking and, ay, mi espalda. And, yeah. So, I mean, exercise, what you put into it, it's going to give back. And I highly recommend that because, some of you guys that may be watching this show right now, 21, 25, or 30 years old right now, you're going to remember my words after you start. Unfortunately, people, thinking they're invincible and they just start flying off the planet or off the radar. And it's kind of sad, man. And you're not prepared for it. But, as I shared, it just occurs. But I want to thank you all for coming on, trying to do more consistency, see what's going on. And Sublime with Rome on their final tour, and the original. Whoa. Yeah. But Sublime with Rome, final tour with no members of Sublime. The original members of Sublime formed a band with the original, with the Bradley's sons. He's actually going to start singing for Sublime, and they're getting together. And if you haven't heard Sublime with Bradley Noel's son, go to YouTube and check it out because the kid knocks it and he sounds exactly like his dad. But hey, to continue with what we're doing, feel free to go on to JBI. Won't do. Great hat. Oh, what do? That's it, brother. That's the grind, man. Keep grinding, man. Take care. Do the things you gotta do. What's up, Kyle? That's it, Kyle.